Today we're going to work with HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. HLOOKUP standing for horizontal lookup and VLOOKUP standing for vertical lookup. So with our horizontal lookup, it will allow us to extract a particular piece of data from a horizontally organized chart like the one we have here, where we have a wide range of data flowing horizontally. So say for instance we wanted to quickly and easily find out the number of touchdowns that a particular quarterback had. So instead of going to the column and making sure we're on the right row. So okay, I think Ben Roethlisberger has 6. But what about when we go down here and the label goes away? It particularly becomes hard to make sure that we have the right category and the right row when we're trying to extract a certain piece of data. So in order to use HLOOKUP, we're going to go FLOOKUP, and then I have it here, HLOOKUP. Okay, and then lookup value. So this lookup value represents the cell that we want to, the cell that contains the value that we want to look up in the chart. So this cell here, I'll place the value that I want to find in my chart, and that value will be a quarterback's name. And then the table array, I have this table here, and then just make sure I capture everything. Sorry, wait. Okay, make sure I capture everything in my table. Okay, and then my row index number, this is very important. This is probably the most important part of this formula. I want to find out the number of touchdowns, so my row index number is 10 because this is the 10th row in my table array. And then my range lookup, I can either input false or true. So true is for if I want a close match, and false is if I want an exact match. So I actually want an exact match, so I'm going to say false. And then OK. And you can see it brings up an error message, and that's correct because we have in our lookup value cell, we have no value. So we need to input a value. Let's go with Cam Newton. And we can see it returns a value of 3, and we can double check that value, and that is right. Cam Newton had 3 touchdowns. And so what HLOOKUP allows us to do is to quickly extract a certain piece of a data set from our horizontally organized charts. So one other thing I want to point out is that we should lock in our table array. And the reason why we want to do that is so our table array doesn't get distorted when we copy our formula down into other cells. So in order to do that, I'm just going to highlight my table array values and press F4. And I know it's been locked in when $ appear in my table array values. Enter. And now if I want to put in, let's say, I don't know, Jay Cutler. I'm from Chicago, so Jay Cutler. And if I click and drag down that formula, it returns a value of 10. So this has been a demonstration about how to use HLOOKUP, and now we're going to move on to VLOOKUP, which stands for vertical lookup, and we'll be using vertical lookup for charts or data sets that are organized vertically. So similar to HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP uses your chart and an input value to return a value that matches what's in the chart. So in order to do that, we are going to go to our formula, insert formula, and this time we want VLOOKUP. Okay, and there's VLOOKUP. And this time we want, again, to find the number of touchdowns for a quarterback. So Our lookup value will once again just be, the cell that I want to type in the quarterback's name. And then my table array, once again, I just select my table. Make sure I have everything. My column index number, once again, very important. This time it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 once again. So I input 10 for my column index number because that's the column where the number of touchdowns is found. And then I want an exact match again, so I go false again. Okay. Once again, I get an NA, but say if I go with, I don't know, Tom Brady, enter, it returns 4, and we can double check that again. Tom Brady, 4 touchdowns, there it is. So what about Drew Brees? First, I'm going to go back and lock in my table array values by pressing F4, and I see the dollar signs have appeared, so I know it's been locked in. Enter, and now I can just drag that down. Drew Brees had 7 touchdowns, and that is correct. So this has been a demonstration on how to use VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, 2 powerful tools when you have large amounts of data and several categories, and you're just interested in one category at the moment, and it's a quick and easy way to extract that one category from your large table, and you can do that by inputting the values that you're interested in at the moment. So you don't have to go through all of them. You don't have to constantly go back and forth and make sure you're in the right row or column or whatever. So VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP are very powerful tools within Excel, and this has been a demonstration of their use. Thank you.